Life in the 21st century is accelerating. The world around us seems to be changing faster every year. In many ways, the quality of our lives is improving, with increased life expectancy and the development of new technologies. Science is the foundation for these changes, which makes it more important than ever for people to have basic scientific knowledge. However, while many Europeans express an interest in science and technology, many also feel that they're poorly informed about these important topics. Across Europe, there is evidence of a decline in interest in science and technology-related subjects at school, which is where future scientists are first encouraged. A decline in interest at school level will affect the uptake in higher education and ultimately the future talent base of scientists in industry and research laboratories. But it's not just for this reason that we should be concerned about science in schools. Science education is also extremely important to give future citizens, whatever their careers, the knowledge and skills they need to make informed decisions about issues related to science. This is why the major European intergovernmental research organizations, CERN, EFDA, EMBL, ESA, ESO, ESRF and ILL, that make up the EIROforum, are working together on the European Science Teaching Initiative, part of the European Commission's NUCLEUS project. A major part of this initiative is Science on Stage, a festival of science education. The festival was held for the first time at CERN in November 2005. Science on Stage is a meeting place for science educators from across Europe and beyond to get together, exchange ideas, work with leading research organizations, and share a sense of excitement about science teaching. The festival grew out of the extremely successful series of 3 Physics on Stage events, which has been enlarged to encompass all of the sciences. Almost 500 science educators from 27 countries gathered at CERN in Geneva. The event was the culmination of 2 years of activities at the national level. Each country's delegation to Geneva represented the very best science teaching projects from the national events. Even before the festival started, it was buzzing with activity, as the delegates arrived and started setting up their exhibits in the large central fair area. The large tent holding the fair would be an important part of the festival, providing a meeting place for everyone to share ideas and teaching methods, chat together, network, and demonstrate their own exciting projects. The first full morning of the festival saw the opening ceremony, where theatrical presentations were followed by a welcome from Professor Jos Engelen, the Deputy Director General and Chief Scientific Officer of CERN.
I like to think that these laboratories are inspiring.
The opening address was given by Dr. Colin Carlisle, the Director General of the Institut Laura Langevin and Chairman of the EIROforum, while the keynote speech was given by Dr. Gilles Cohen-Tanougy, Scientific Advisor for the French Atomic Energy Commission, on the subject 2005, a Matter Odyssey, from Bern to CERN.
Not math, that is the source of the gravitation.
After another opportunity to mingle over lunch, attention moved to the fair. Now all the exhibits were ready, with delegates eager to present their work. What originally made the delegates want to come to Science on Stage?
I've been to Physics on Stage, and I found that that was very useful for me as a teacher to get ideas from other teachers, which I can use in my education, and also to spread to other teachers throughout my country the ideas from here.
Well, 2 years ago, I was a delegate for Physics on Stage at Noordwijk in the Netherlands, and that was the most thrilling thing I think I've done professionally, probably ever. And then I had the opportunity to apply again for Science on Stage, and equally was very lucky to become a delegate for this.
Throughout the week, more stage presentations were shown. These included novel demonstrations of aspects of physics. But Science on Stage has expanded to cover a much wider range of sciences, so there were also lively theatrical shows illustrating chemistry, the elements and the periodic table, and life sciences presentations on topics such as biology courses and the biochemistry of viruses.
There are millions of this is being our blood in our body.
The fundamental theme of the festival was "Science is exciting," and this was certainly demonstrated by the many thrilling exhibits and demonstrations. In addition, each day had an individual theme, so visitors could enjoy an emphasis on specific topics in Einstein Day, Space and Astronomy Day, Life Sciences Day, Sustainability Day, and Technology in Society Day.
So it has to be some sort of...
Delegates also had the chance to attend their choice of collaborative workshops on a wide range of topics, from fusion powering our future, the virtual DNA microarray, or physics, chemistry and technology based on real space data, using ambassadors to enrich science in the classroom, better education with cinema and science, the computer and its sense organs, moving biology, the theatre of science, to gamma-ray bursts, cosmic flashes at the edge of the universe.
With perhaps supernovae, maybe black holes as well.
In a well-attended workshop, delegates found out the advanced news about Science in School, a new European science education journal which was launched in March 2006. This quarterly journal, which is also part of the European Science Teaching Initiative, complements the Science on Stage festivals. It's available online, free of charge, and also in a printed form. In the afternoons, there were more opportunities to explore the fair, which was always busy. Could the delegates give an example of an experiment they had seen at Science on Stage that they could take back to use in their own teaching?
Absolutely. I could give you a lot. But the example I'm thinking of right now is the one with the optical experiments. I think it's very great and it's beautiful, and I would like to do that at home too.
There was a stand where I saw a lot of electronic devices the teacher built with his pupils, and I can use the instructions he gave me to build it with my own.
What kind of thing did they expect to find with pressure then?
At the end of each day, presenter Mike Rigglesford took to the stage and gave an informal summary of the day's highlights. This was an engaging and often amusing way to bring together just some of the many exciting sights on offer. On top of the packed program of presentations, performances and the fair, delegates also had the chance to take a closer look at the host site, CERN. As the world's largest particle physics laboratory, CERN is an excellent example of European-wide scientific collaboration. On tours of the site, delegates had the chance to see the massive equipment being developed for CERN's flagship project, the Large Hadron Collider. This particle accelerator, which is due to start operating in 2007, will probe the structure of matter deeper than ever before.
NA1SF, NA1SF, this is NN1SF at the Goddard Space Flight Center.
From the underground caverns of CERN, the focus then shifted to far above the Earth. With the help of ESA and amateur radio organizations, a live radio link was made with the International Space Station. Students from 6 different countries were invited to put their questions to the space station astronauts. The suspense in the auditorium was high as contact was established.
My name is Shannon. When you're up in space looking down...
The students asked as many questions as possible, but their clock was ticking as the space station passed overhead on its orbit at a speed of 28,000 kilometers per hour. Before long, it moved out of reach, but for the lucky students, the excitement of speaking with the astronauts remained.
It was quite exciting. And I'd like to also let all of our students...
I will try to go from the very beginning to the first discovery that is only 10 years old.
A talk by Didier Queloz took listeners even further into space in search of other worlds. These so-called extrasolar planets are planets outside our own solar system. Queloz, the co-discoverer of the first extrasolar planet around a sun-like star, spoke about the path from the first discoveries to the latest exciting detections of Earth-like planets. The Globe at CERN, a new and unique spherical wooden building, a place for events linking science and society. Here, evening entertainment, with an educational twist, came in the form of the world premiere of the scientific opera Cosmos. This was a captivating artistic interpretation of the history of the universe, from the Big Bang to the present day. Back at the festival, the inspiring exchange of ideas continued as teachers and other educators had more opportunities to see each other's work. Which experiences had been most exciting for them during the week?
Oh, meeting a lot of people and getting to talk with different nationalities was really exciting. However, I really enjoyed some of the most innovative experiments that were carried out and some of the techniques used to teach subjects in the workshops.
It's been great here meeting other science people, in particular science teachers, and seeing all their ideas in the three different aspects of science: physics, chemistry and biology.
At the end of the week, the festival drew to a close. At the final award ceremony, distinguished invited speakers addressed the audience.
We assume that
participants were welcomed by Dr. Robert Aymar, the Director General of CERN.
Help the society to consider that the scientific methodology is the right one to make progress.
We are very pleased to confirm our commitment.
Followed by Dr. Jerome Pamela, the Associate Leader of the European Fusion Development Agreement, who spoke about the EIROforum and the development of research in Europe.
Lisbon agenda.
It is a great pleasure for me to be able to participate in this awards
Dr.
ceremony
Etienne
today.
Magnin of the European Commission Directorate General for Research spoke about strengthening the links between how science is taught and how scientific research is done.
As we all know, the common link between research and educational experience that we all would like to bring closer to each other. Thank you.
Finally, as the excitement of the audience reached its height, the winners of the European Science Teaching Awards were announced. The prizes were awarded by Dr. Magnin from the European Commission. Special prizes were awarded by each of the 7 EIROforum organizations. Then the 4 main prizes were awarded. The 4th prize went to Tobias Kirschbaum and Ulrich Janssen from Germany for their project Tracing Earthquakes, a Chinese seismograph. The 3rd prize was awarded to Jerzy Jarosz and Aneta Szyszygilska from Poland, whose project explained the cardiovascular system. The 2nd prize was given to Wim Peters from Belgium for the project Physics is Cool, the Box of Experiments. And finally, the 1st prize was awarded in absence to Catherine Garcia Maisonnier from France for her project on building a weather balloon at school. These educators and projects were singled out for prizes, but of course everybody who attended went home with new ideas, new contacts and, most importantly, inspiration about the sheer excitement of science and how to communicate it to school children.
Next Science on Stage will be there.
At the end of the closing ceremony, the delegates and the EIROforum looked forward to the next exciting festival, Science on Stage 2. This will take place in April 2007 in Grenoble, where it will be hosted by 2 other EIROforum organizations, ESRF and ILL. The Science on Stage Festival at CERN brought together almost 500 science teachers from 27 countries interacting with scientists from Europe's leading research laboratories. Clearly, the meeting was a superb example of a European educational event aiming at enhancing science teaching in schools.